Welcome to Learn Commerce PU online classes. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Hello students, welcome to second PUC accountancy online classes. Students, in the previous class we have solved a problem on comparative statement of profit and loss. Now let us analyze the limitations of financial statement analysis. What are the limitations? Limitations of financial statement analysis. First one is financial statements, they does not consider price level changes. Price level changes. The figure where we report at the beginning of the year and at the end of the year will not be the same, because if we spend rupees 10,000 at the beginning of the year and if we spend 10,000 at the end of the year, there is a difference between these two values. Though we see both the values in financial terms as 10,000 and 10,000 equal, but if you consider actual value of money, there is a real value of money, then there will be change in the price level. When the price increases, the purchasing power of the money decreases. Am I correct? At the beginning, for 1 kg tomato, maybe rupees 20. By the end of the year, for 1 kg tomato, maybe 40. Don't you think 10,000 spent will not give the same quantity at the end of the year? You will get 50% of the tomatoes only, right? So that is called, because of the increase in the price level, the value of the money decreases. But the comparative statement or common size statement, the analysis and interpretation of financial statements does not consider the price value of money, price level changes. Price level changes. It is only concerned about the historical data. Then, second one is financial statement analysis may be misleading without the knowledge of the changes in accounting procedure followed by a firm. It will be misleading if the accounting procedures are changed. If the pattern of depreciation, the method of depreciation followed, if it is changed, then you will not get the same, that is a result, as reflected during last year, or the result reflected by another firm. Their pattern of, that is a mode of depreciation, is different, suppose, isn't it? So accounting procedure changes will not be taken into consideration. So it will be, the result given by these statements will be misleading. Third one is financial statement analysis is just a study of reports of the company. It is just a study of reports of the company. And it is not a mandatory, or it is not a legal proof. It is not a legal proof, isn't it? We cannot submit it to some other that's a legal authorities, because it is prepared only for the evaluation of the performance by the management. So performance of the management, performance of the that's operation, isn't it? Operational efficiency, it's a financial efficiency, or that's administrative efficiency, isn't it? Management efficiency only can be judged by preparing these statements, but they are not required as per the, that is legal procedures, isn't it? Legally it is not acceptable. Then the financial statements are prepared on the basis of accounting concept. As such, it does not reflect the current position. Current position will not be disclosed by financial statements, because it is done on the basis of accounting concepts and they are only historical one. So current financial position cannot be known by preparing financial, there is a analysis of the financial statements. These comparative statements and common sense statements or any other statements that are prepared on the basis of the previous, that is last year's financial performance and not current year. So current position of the firm cannot be known. So that is another lacuna or weakness of financial statements analysis. The next one is monetary information alone is concerned. Non-monetary information is ignored. Non-monetary information is ignored. Of course, as I already told you in my previous classes, that is a qualitative aspects of a managing director, retirement of a managing director, or a person having good quality, he is joining as a chief executive officer. So all these information are not recorded, it's not reflected in the financial statements. The honesty of a cashier or the accountant, isn't it? All these are not, or the talent of a manager are not reflected in the financial statements, and as such whatever analysis you do, it is analysis of, that is a post-mortem of only the financial aspects, monetary aspects, and not the qualitative aspects. So this is another weakness of financial statements. Now let us move on to the common size statement, the second one. Why I am taking this? Because if we take up comparative balance sheets, then it will be difficult for us to again come to statement of profit and loss. So what I am trying to do is comparative statement of profit and loss, that much only. So two problems I have solved, whatever problems were there in your question bank. Now they gave comparative statement, that's common size statement, income statement is given, two problems are given. Then we will move on to problems on comparative balance sheet, right? Comparative balance sheet will take up later. So first let us cover the income statement rather than the balance sheet. Then we will take up balance sheet on both the, that is methods. So common size statement, very, very simple, friends. What we will do is, we will take the major item as the common size base, and then we will derive the percentages. Let me give a best example. In case of statement of profit and loss, we will take the revenue from operations. Revenue from operations as 100, as 100, isn't it? Or sales. Revenue from operations means net revenue from operations or net sales as 100. Net sales in the sense total sales, gross sales minus sales returns, that will be taken as 100. We will prepare the same columns, particulars, rupees, that is given in the problem of 2 years. Then we will write, that is the percentage of 100, isn't it? Percentage of total sales we will write. Percentage of total sales, that is amount and percentage, both we will write. Or we will write the percentage of both the years. I'm sorry. We will take the revenue from operations, suppose of 2016 and 2017 figures are given. What we will do is, we will represent the figures of 2016 and 2017 in terms of percentages. We will move like this. Suppose total sales revenue from operations is revenue from operations is 10,000 and 5,000. Revenue from operations, let me write it so that you will have a clear idea instead of getting confused, isn't it? Let us be very clear. I'll write here revenue from operations. 10,000, 5,000, isn't it? 2016 and 2017. Then other income maybe 1,500. Okay. We will take the total then. Total revenue less expenses. Maybe expenses for 5,000 and 2,000. Let us assume. Okay. Then profit before tax, whatever the difference is. Now, in case of common size statement, what we will do is, we will represent the revenue from operations, net revenue from operations or sales, net sales as 100. In both the years, we will represent the figures as 100. Then what we will do is, we will represent the other items as, that is percentage of this. 10,000, listen me carefully, 10,000 means 100. During 2016, the net revenue from operations was 10,000 and we took this figure as 100. So 10,000 means 100, 1,000 means how much? 10%, right? 1,000 means 10%. We will write here. Refer to 17. 5,000 means 100. We represent the sales of the year as 100 full. Then percentage. So here 5,000 means 100. 500 means how much? 10%. Correct? Are you getting me? Yes. Now this is other income. 1,000, 11,000, 5,500, 5,500. Here how much? 110 and 110. See, 10,000 means 100, 11,000 means how much? Very simple. See, 10,000 means 100, 11,000 means how much? For each calculation, this is the base. Remember, this is the base. So 11,000 means 110. 5,000 means 100. 5,500 means how much? 110. 110. Correct? That's what we'll do here. Then expenses, suppose 5,000. Okay? 10,000 means 100. 5,000 means how much? 10,000 means 100. 5,000 means how much? That is 50%, right? 50%. Then here 5,000 means 100. 2,000 means how much? 5,000 means 100. 2,000 means how much? Calculate. 100 into 2,000, isn't it? Is it 40%? Yes, it is 40%. 40%. Correct? Now, profit before tax, minus this, deduct this. 6,000, here 3,500, isn't it? Now, calculate. 10,000 means 100, 6,000 means how much? Is it 60%? Yes, 60%. Again, 5,000 means 100, 3,500 means how much? Is it 70%? Yes, 70%. This is profit before tax. Understood now? This is what you have to do. So you will take net revenue from operations as 100 of both the years. Then you will derive percentage of each of the items containing in that statement. That is what you will do. You will take this as the base. Net revenue from operations as 100 in the statement of profit and loss. But when you take up this balance sheet, you will calculate for the total assets or total liabilities. Always the total assets is equal to total liabilities. Am I correct? Yes. So if the assets are 11 lakh, then liability must also should be 11 lakh. That is liabilities plus capital, equity and capital liabilities, isn't it? The total will be 11 lakh only. So it will be always equal. Asset is equal to liability. So you can take either the total of liabilities or total of the assets as given in the problem. It will be there in the problem. You just take that figure as 100. Total assets means 100. Now move on to the first one. Equity and liabilities, share capital, total liabilities or total assets is equal to 100. Maybe 10 lakh is equal to 100. Share capital may be 5 lakh. 5 lakh means how much? In the same way, for both the years, you will calculate in terms of percentage and then you will represent. Ultimately, you will come to know that is what is the components. Suppose here expenses. If you see this figure, you will not come to know. But 50% and 40% expenses are reduced here. Am I correct? You can come to a conclusion now. See, your other income remained as it is, no change, isn't it? Then what about your expenses? Expenses reduced here. So the profit before tax increased here. So the progress is there during 2017. There is progress during 2017 compared to 2016. That conclusion we can draw. Otherwise, if you simply compare the figures, you may not be in a position to understand, because the level of output is different during 16 and 17. The level of output is, that's the volume of sales is different. So you will not come to know whether we have increased our expenses or decreased our expenses. Not possible to conclude. So we will take up this as the base. The total revenue as the base in case of statement of profit and loss, and the total of assets or total of liabilities as the base in case of that is balance sheet. So that is called common size statement, common size statement of profit and loss and common size balance sheet. So either of these four, that is comparative statement of profit and loss, common size statement of profit and loss, comparative balance sheet, common size balance sheet. Either of these four, you will get 112 marks question as per old syllabus, as per last year's syllabus. This year syllabus is not changed, friends, but it may be reduced. To what extent I don't know, and depending upon that, if chapter is there, you may get 2 questions, or if chapter is not there, no chances for any questions. What it is, but you just, because it will help you when you enter degree classes. When you enter degree classes, even though that chapter is not there for the exam, no worries, you will learn some new concepts and it will help you in future. Let us take up the comparative statement, common size income statement in the next class. Take it on assignment. Mention the limitations of financial statement analysis. Mention the limitations of financial statement analysis. Thank you for watching this, and submit assignment on time. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.